Carotid cavernous fistula. Background: Carotid cavernous sinus fistula is an abnormal communication between the internal or external carotid arteries and the cavernous sinus. These lesions may be classified based on the following: etiology, traumatic versus spontaneous, velocity of blood flow, high versus low, and anatomy, direct versus dural or internal carotid versus external carotid. Pathophysiology: Carotid cavernous sinus fistulae occur because of traumatic or spontaneous rents in the walls of the intracavernous internal carotid artery or its branches. This results in short-circuiting of the arterial blood into the venous system of the cavernous sinuses. Direct carotid cavernous sinus fistulae, which represent 70 to 90% of all carotid cavernous sinus fistulae in most series, are characterized by a direct connection between the intracavernous segment of the internal carotid artery and the cavernous sinus. These fistulae usually have high rates of arterial blood flow and most commonly are caused by a single traumatic tear in the arterial wall. Dural carotid cavernous sinus fistulae are characterized by a communication between the cavernous sinus and one or more meningeal branches of the internal carotid artery, external carotid artery, or both. These fistulae usually have low rates of arterial blood flow and almost always produce symptoms and signs spontaneously, without any antecedent trauma or manipulation. These lesions may represent congenital arteriovenous malformations which develop spontaneously or in association with atherosclerosis, systemic hypertension, collagen vascular disease, pregnancy, and during or after childbirth. Mortality: Nearly all patients with a direct carotid cavernous sinus fistula experience progressive ocular complications if the fistula is left untreated. Increasing proptosis, conjunctival chemosis, and visual loss occur over months to years, with central retinal vein occlusion and secondary glaucoma representing the most severe ocular complications.
Abnormality in which there is communication between cavernous sinus, a venous structure, and the carotid arteries. It is often associated with head trauma, specifically basilar skull fractures, skull fracture, basilar. Clinical signs often include vision disorders and intracranial hypertension.
When the two vessels that are behind the eye, which is the artery and the vein, communicate together and they develop here the eye on the affected side would bulge out, would pulsate, would be red and swollen. The only form to treat this is by an interventional radiology technique. A catheter which has a balloon mounted on it is guided under image guidance right into the fistula. Then the balloon is inflated and detached at the fistula, closing the fistula forever. Once this is done, within the next 24 hours, the patient's eye would return back to normal again.
Conclusion: Carotid sinus fistula occur more commonly in middle-aged to elderly women. A fistula can raise the pressure which may compress the cranial nerves located around the cavernous sinuses. This compression may damage the nerve function, which is to control your eye movements. Carotid cavernous fistula is not life-threatening, but it has to be treated like an emergency basis.